In the Bible, from the book of Luke, it is said that in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was God, and from God all things were made, that darkness will not triumph over the light. The silence was shattered by a word, and if we fast forward from the book of Luke to T.S. Eliot and his famous line that the world will not end with a bang, but a whimper, we can see the intervening years as being what is. And today, what is not what ought to be. From ancient Egypt, through Greece of antiquity, early Gnosticism, medieval alchemy, the Kundalini of Hindu thought, and countless other world traditions as well as modern Jungian archetypes, the Ouroboros, the coiled snake eating her own tail, has stood as a representation of being and becoming, creation and destruction, and the eternal transformation of shadow into light and back. From a word to a whimper and back again in an endlessly repeating cycle that all things are a part of, to speak of creation is to speak of destruction. But today the darkness seems to be winning. There is precious little light in this increasingly fractured and polarized world. And yet we remain a gentle, angry people who may be singing for our lives, but perhaps the time to be gentle has passed, and it's time to be angry, to be outright pissed, to stop singing and start screaming into the darkness that we aren't going to take it anymore. Perhaps we need some of that old-timey rage the prophets of old had in spades, to realize that within our universal love rests a deep well of divine anger, and the serpent eats her tail to create a new world. In the book of Ephesians, Paul writes, "Therefore each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully to your neighbor, for we are all members of one body. In your anger do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold." If we are to create a world where we can be both gentle and angry, we mustn't allow our petty disagreements to needlessly separate us from each other. But we must engage with wrath and fury when we see injustice, because we can't let darkness find its footing without challenge. When Moses first received his Great Commission, he asked the Spirit of God who he should say had sent him to the Israelites, and God replied, "I am who I am. I am has sent you." If each of us is nothing more than the universe experiencing itself from a different perspective, it is crucial to lean into this I am, because ultimate reality is forever entwined with the subjective. I am, and we are, the earth who is suffocating with carbon dioxide. The oceans who are drowning in pollution. The pain of families torn apart at the border. The cry of the marginalized. The evil of indolence and complacency. And I am no longer willing to be merely gentle. I am angry. Though I will not let my anger create separation, I will speak truthfully to my neighbor, because she is me, and we must become the word, the action, the destruction of darkness, the tilling of the ground to allow the seed of our true destiny to take root. Because ultimately, we are love. And to paraphrase the 76th Psalm, who should stand in our way, we gentle people, when we are angry? Amen. And so it is.